this reading passage with the title "Your Negative Attitude Can Hurt Your Career." Actually, this is the third passage that we have to study it to understand and comprehend the context and the meaning of this passage, then to solve the exercises according to your understanding. So we will read this reading passage, then we can analyze the meaning of this passage. This passage by Anthony Plaudrama. Okay, so he was talking about a situation about those who are negative in their life, with examples about negativity, and the author tried to direct us to the right way by following so many cases and ways in order to avoid negativity in our life. In any situation, as he said, in any situation, a cafe, the subway, a movie theater, you don't want to be that guy or girl. There's no strict definition of what it means to be that person, but usually it refers to the person who stands out for all the wrong reasons. In a cafe, as example, in a cafe, it is the guy who will not stop hitting on you. This is a way of negativity in our life, as example for in a cafe. And the subway, it's the woman who eats a cheeseburger and fries, filling the entire car with an onion aroma. At the movie, it is the butler who leaves her cell phone ringing on. Wherever you are, you don't want to be that person, especially at work. Of course, at work you will not find plenty of bad traits: the gossip, the chronically tragedy person, the kiss-up, and everyone else you try to avoid. Perhaps the one type you want to avoid hanging around and being more than any other is the negative person. The negative person hates everything. Every task is too lowly. Every meeting lasts too long. Every coworker is too dumb. Nay, a word passes through his or her lips that's not dropping with sarcasm. So, if you realize that you are the further proud employee, the chorus of sighs and complaints, accented with I O's, with airing you the worst reputation of everyone, and whether or not you are aware, your boss will notice too. First impression course. How? So we will understand through the writing of this author. One reason interviews cause job seekers so much anxiety is the need to make a favorable first impression. Although qualifications make up the bulk of the hiring decision, employers are also looking at the kind of attitude you display to determine whether or not you will be an asset to the organization. Lorraine Milligan, host on the business radio show Living the Dream, advises job seekers to temper any negativity they have involving their previous job. Then we have example about interview. During an interview, a common question posed to the candidate is, What problems do you encounter in your previous job? A negative employer will use the time to talk about what? About their boss, co-workers, job, functions, anything that don't sit quite well with him or her. Milligan says, don't do that. A positive employer will see this question as a chance for him. A chance for what? To talk about a difficult situation and how they turned it into a good experience. This is the best advice for whom? For the positive, in order to be a good employer. The closed business advice of bringing your boss solutions, not problems, is actually true. Negative employees think of how problems affect them, while positive employers think of how they can solve a challenge. Milligan says, everyday behavior. This is very important. So the author or the writer tried to educate us and direct us how we can behave in our work or in our daily life. Of course, maintaining an upbeat attitude for 30 minutes or an hour during an interview is far easier than fighting off a grumpiness every day. You will probably have to vent once in a while because some days will be bigger pains than other, and a few people would hold that against you. Habitual negativity is a problem because it can quickly become your trademark. This is important. You have to think about that and overshadow any accomplishments, as to mean achievements here. The word of accomplishments, it's mean achievements. And in a third job market, when workers are feeling stressed and employers consider stringing headcourts, you don't want to be remembered for being the local service. So in this recession, people are having to do more with less. That's just a fact. Milligan says, if you are the employee that complains about clients or the workload or the commute or the manager, and you seek out opportunities to talk about your misery, this will definitely pose a problem with your employer and co-workers. Just as damaging can be your tendency to arrive late and leave early. Helen Tikoki, what she said, is the marketing director of Key Consulting Group, where she coaches and teaches clients about what? So here the author focus about that. Clients about team development. She agree that behavior affects other perceptions of us. The non-verbal will always prevail if you are trying to mask negativity. For example, the employee make a comment that sounds okay, but the facial expression and or body language make it clear that she or he is not on board. Cookie explained that if you are not feeling enthusiastic in general, consider what is within your control, primarily and secondary, what is within your ability to influence. Okay, this is the end. We end the passage, so we can understand from the passage that the writer tried to advise us or to educate us about how to avoid negativity in our life and in our work by giving us so many examples about negativity and how we can avoid a negative situation to be positive. So to be positive better than to be negative in order to avoid everything in your life. After you read, this is exercises about the article that we studied it. Here there's choices. We have according to our understanding, according to our comprehension, understanding the text, A. Comprehension. For each item below, fill in the correct circle. So this is multiple choices according to the meaning of the article. Number 1, identifying the author's purpose. The purpose of the article is to persuade, tell a personal story, entertain, educate. According to our understanding, it is to educate us how we can avoid negativity in our life and to be positive. So the right choice, educate. Number 2, finding the main idea. The main idea of the reading is that, so A, people don't like to be around negative co-workers. B, you should be positive at work if you want to be successful. C, your attitude is not as important as your skills in the workplace. D, negative employers are not likely to get pay raises and promotion. So the right choice, it is B, you should be positive at work if you want to be successful. So 3, scanning for details. The author says that when an interviewer asks you about problems at your previous job, you should what? A, be honest and tell him or her about the problems you had. B, say that you enjoyed your last job and you never had any problem. C, talk about problems you had with job functions but not about problems you had with your boss or coworkers. D, describe how you turned a problem into a positive experience. This is the right choice. D, describe how you turned a problem into a positive experience. البقية as a homework for you. Next. B, vocabulary. Underline these words in the reading passage on page 27, 29, then match the words with their definitions. So here we have words included in the passage, and there is meaning for these words. So we have to match the word with its definition. Number 1, it is attitude, موقف. So which one is suitable for it as a definition for it? The last one, letter F, an opinion that people in general have about what someone or something is like. Attitude. Number 2, habitual. It is E, regular, done every often. This is the meaning of these words. So the other words as a homework for you. Next, consider the issues. Think about how your own or someone else negativity can have an effect on difficult situation. Work with a partner to complete the chart below. As example, we have situation: and effects of negativity. السلبية يعني تأثير السلبية على المواقف اللي موجودة as example here. Number 1, you and your friends are trying to decide what to do over the weekend. Here we have to create negativity from someone. For example, one of your friends want to affect about your decision to go where in the weekend, to say that in the weekend maybe that there's rain, there's storm to affect about your decision in the weekend. This is as example, and the other 2, 3, 4, 5 as homework for you, like what we solved in the first as example. We said that you and your friends want to decide about the weekend, and one of your friends said that in the weekend the weather it is bad, or to say that there's rain, there's storm to affect about your decisions. Next, B, complete the chart with the words in the box. We have words here: achievements, complete, inquiry, answer, conceal, insecure, boring, funny, and go on. Here we have to complete the chart with the words that we have it in the box. Here word, synonym, antonym. إذن نريد مرادف للكلمة ومعاكس للكلمة اللي موجودة باللاين الأول. Success as a word, we need to change it to bring word from the box that it is synonym for it. Success, which one is suitable? The first one, achievement. It is suitable for it. So the first one, achievement. You have to put achievement as synonym for the word success. Number 2, question. We need synonym and antonym for the word question. Question, here as synonym for it, it is inquiry, and as antonym for the word question, it is answer. And you have to complete the whole chart as a homework for you. إذن يا طلبة مطلوب من عندكم مثل ما حليت الأولى والثانية تحلون البقية بنفس الطريقة، تنطون مرادف للكلمة ومعاكس للكلمة اللي موجودات عندكم باللاين الأول. C, replace each word. He replaced each word in parenthesis بين الأقواس with its synonym or antonym. Pay attention to the context of the sentences to decide which is necessary. يعني حسب معنى الجملة لازم نخلي يا أما مرادف يا أما معاكس للكلمة الموجودة بين القوسين. It's important to be positive at work. It is important to be positive at work according to the meaning of the article. But here, what he said, if you are positive and there's blank all the time, you can hurt your chances for a promotion or raise here. So the right solution here, if you are negative all the time. Number 2, don't think that you can show blank your negativity by saying things you don't mean. If you are not happy about something, it will be apparent in your body language. So don't think that you can show the synonym for show or you can say يا اما show اللي هي المعاكس مالتها to avoid, and here we can say that it is don't think that you can avoid your negativity by saying things you don't mean. and the other choices it is as a homework for you. Thanks and good luck for you, and we will meet and goodbye to the next lecture.